Hello everyone and welcome once again to DMX Canadian Motocross Weekly presented by Renegade Fuels right here on directmotocross.com. I'm your host Kyle Clares alongside of MX Forum's Billy Rainford, and we're out here in the Nanaimo, BC at the Wastelands Motocross Park for the first time since 2008, Billy. We have a great weekend of racing ahead of us, and what's your thoughts on the upcoming events?
Well, I used to live out in this area and I came out to all the races when I was out, and to see the track this time, hasn't been here since 08. Last time we were here, and I tell you, the track, when we showed up yesterday to check it out, the guys have done a great job prepping the track. It looks perfectly tacky. Lines are developing. The banners look great. As you can see behind us, they've added all kinds of stuff, so I think it looks excellent. The weather forecast is for a bit slight overcast, about 70, 75 degrees, sunshine, a bit of cloud, so if they get some moisture in this thing, it's going to line up perfectly, I think. Sure.
Well, earlier this morning, I timed the top intermediate MX2 class. We had Zach Deanna, who won that class. Brighton Allison second. Trey Franklin was up there too before he got a flat tire and suffered. So stuff like DNFs with flat tires, there's a lot of rock and shit out there, are really going to play a factor in this weekend's racing. But Billy, I think going into the weekend, the story has to be Colt Fasciati and Tyler Medalli for sure. Those guys showed their dominance in K-Lips and that they are prepared to take these championships back again this year. And what's your thoughts? Who's going to be faster this weekend? Who do you think is not going to like these conditions so much?
Well, it's tough, like you say. I mean, as we move across the country here, we're going to hit different types of tracks, different strengths. I mean, how can you say Colt Fasciati doesn't have strengths at every type of track? But some of the American kids that come up here, this track is a little more like what they'll be used to. So I'm looking for some of those kids to come up and challenge those guys for the start, especially in the MX2 class.
Now really remember that this track is one of those tracks that really favorites the local riders, including Spencer Knowles in MX2, Kevin Lepp, Brock Hoyer in MX1. Those guys are going to be faster, so if you haven't already got your moto picks in, make sure you get those in tonight. But we caught up with a lot of riders today, Billy, so why don't we get over there and see what everyone had to say on the track.
Yeah, let's head over. All right, here we are. We caught up with Brett Lee. Brett, why don't you tell us a little about what's going on here? How's the day? Everything shaping up? It's Saturday before the race here at the Wastelands. What's happening?
Well, there's motocross going on, Billy. I don't know. It's amateur day here in at the Wastelands, like you said, in Nanaimo. It's actually pretty good. We got lucky once again. We got a little rain last night, and the track was right now perfect out there, and it seems to be going pretty smooth. Keep your fingers crossed, everyone, or whatever. And I don't know. That's kind of it right now.
All right. Now we haven't been back here. I think it was 08 was the last time. What's tell us about the decision to come back to the Wastelands?
Well, I've talked about this a few times, but I mean, this was it was a popular stop a lot of years ago. I know when I raced as a pro, we loved coming over here, and there's a really good vibe, and the people on the island seem to embrace motocross. You know, as a few years ago, maybe some of that enthusiasm fell off by the club, and they seemed really excited to get it back this year. So we came back, and you know, everyone who's walked into the place has said the place looks great, and they can tell there's a lot of work, and that's a good sign.
Now, did you take the free bridge over here, or did you have to take that ferry?
I flew across there. I'm
spoiled. I'm sorry.
I know. No, but hey, CMRC did have to send 2 rigs across there. So.
He flew over here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that needs to be noted with. I also got here on Tuesday and started working on Wednesday. I'm just saying.
Okay, so all right. So what? So you're happy to be back? You think everybody's happy to be back? Everything's good.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, you've walked around the pits today, and it's a pretty good vibe, and I think a lot of that has to do with last weekend. You know, last weekend was a really good opener. I'd say that's, in my opinion, I said it last week on, I got interviewed by you guys last week. I thought that was the smoothest opener we've had, like the fuse problems and stuff like that, and traditionally, our tour has built momentum up. You know, if we start here, we're going to end up here, so that's an exciting thing, right, is to start on a high note, because who knows where we can go. We got a lot of good sponsors, good people like yourselves, and all the media following it. I think it's going to be a good one.
All right, well, great. I know your tech inspection's going on right now, and I know you're setting up for the actual riders meeting, so we'll let you get back to that.
Yeah, the pro rider. Yeah, actually, that's a good thing. I mean, we're doing the it's a riders meeting where all the riders sit down, and not all of them, a bunch of representatives who picked by the other riders, and they give me their thoughts, good and bad, and we sort of have a frank conversation away from the formality of the National Day. So that's what I was setting up, and I'm looking forward to sitting down and hearing what the guys have for feedback.
So none of them have hit the track yet, though?
Well, they're all out there walking.
Oh, so they
walk the track, they look at it, they give me ideas.
We can edit this out.
They give me ideas. What they're doing is they go and walk the track. They talk to Matt, they talk to myself. They'll have suggestions. Hey, try this, or this is going to work, or we think this is a better way of doing something. And we can take those suggestions today on Saturday and have it in place for tomorrow, and we can always tweak it again tomorrow.
All right, well, cool. Well, thanks for talking to us, and I'm sure we'll do this again tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, done.
National number 4, KTM Royal distributing rider Kyle Keese. Kyle, we're at the Wastelands Motocross Park once again, and what's your opinion on the track?
Actually, when I got here, I was kind of surprised with how good it looked. Matt Lee's done a great job, and I think the whole CMRC did a great job. And since the last time I've been here before, it sucked and I hated it, and now I'm actually looking forward to it.
Well, there you have it. National number 4, Kyle Keese, looking to have a good weekend tomorrow. Here with National number 3, Bobby Keary from the OTSFF Rockstar Suzuki team. Bobby, I don't know if you've ever been in this track here before in your life.
No, I've never been here. I've watched some videos of it, but I've never actually ridden a lap around it yet.
So you've seen the track, you've been here, you've checked it out. What's your thoughts going into tomorrow?
I'm excited. It's always nice to ride a new track. Did some laps around it walking now and picking up some lines and seeing the way it developed. I'm looking forward to it, man. It should be an exciting weekend for me.
Right now, we had a great weekend last weekend in Kamloops, and you're really in the title hunt for this championship this year. So what's the goals? We're getting the West Coast. Are you more excited to go East Coast?
Yeah, for some reason I just ride on those East Coast tracks a little better, but we came out strong last week with a 4.2. Showed I found some speed and some strength this year on those square edge gnarly tracks, and man, I'm just looking forward to the rest of the season now that I know, I'm 100% faster and stronger, on these Western tracks. I'd still like to put in a strong effort over here and stay in that title hunt and maybe try and win some motos before I leave.
There you have it, National number 3, Bobby Keary.
All right, guys, actually right behind us here is that meeting through the some of the top 10 pro guys. They've had a chance to walk the track, and now what they're doing is talking with Brett Lee about some changes that could possibly be made. So, just James, cameraman James, going to do a little pan around just to show you what goes on here behind the scenes. All right, here we caught up with Spencer Knowles. Spencer, how you doing? I know a lot of guys are picking you to do pretty well here this weekend. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good and pretty pumped about this race. This is my hometown track. I grew up riding here, raced here all my life, and I just really like the track, and hopefully I get on that box this weekend.
Yeah, what do you think of the look of the track? It actually looks really nice from what I can tell.
Yeah, the track's looking good, they did some changes, and I think it's going to be a good weekend.
Yeah, and you mentioned something about where you're pitting this weekend. Tell us a bit about that. What's going on?
I'm also pitting under the leading edge Kawasaki rig this weekend, so I'm pretty pumped about that. So hopefully I can put it together for the boys and everyone.
So people playing the fantasy league stuff out there, you think they should put some money on number 21 or what?
I'd like to think so, yeah.
All right, man. Thanks. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks.
Here are with your reigning MX2 champ, Tyler Mendola, coming off a great weekend last weekend in Kamloops. Tyler, we're back here at the Wastelands in the Nanaimo, British Columbia. And what's your reigning MX2 champ, Tyler Mendola, coming off a great weekend last weekend in Kamloops. Tyler, we're back here at the Wastelands in the Nanaimo, British Columbia. And what's your overall thoughts on the track so far?
Well, it looks like they did a lot of work to it. It looks, a hell of a lot better than the last time I was here. I always kind of thought that it'd be more fun on a 250F because I've really only rode here on a 450, but yeah, it looks fun, and I can't wait for tomorrow to get going.
Right, well, we just actually got out of a riders meeting that Brett Lee and the CMRC held of you top guys, and what's your opinion on that? I think it's a really good thing that they're trying to do, take your guys' opinions on the track in effect, and hopefully make some good changes for you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're talking about the start and just a couple different things, and it's good that we did that a bit last year, and it seemed to help. They do the best they can to make the changes. I know there's certainly a certain amount they really can do with TVs and wiring and water and all this stuff, but it looks good, and hopefully they'll. I know Matt Lee's doing a good job. So
what's the strategy for tomorrow? Whole shot and check out?
Yeah, I need to get a whole shot. After those starts last weekend, I actually practiced starts all before the first race. I had a gate and did all this and that, and that didn't work out. So I didn't practice any starts this week. So hopefully that'll work. Maybe I can use the other method.
Thanks a lot, Ty. There you have it. Blackfoot Yamaha Ty Mendola. Here you are with leading edge rider Austin Botelli. Austin, this is only your second weekend ever racing in Canada. You've had a chance to look at the Wastelands motocross track here. And what's your overall thoughts?
I think it looks pretty good. I kind of hope it rains. I think it'll keep the track better. It looks a little slick and a little rocky, but I think it'll be good.
So is this the kind of conditions that you would say you excel at, or these kind of conditions you don't like riding on?
I think I'll do good on this track. It looks slick. Most California tracks are hard packed and slick, so I think I'll do good on this one.
Right on, well, there you have it from the man himself, Austin Botelli, looking for some good results tomorrow. Here you are with the man to beat, Colt Fasciati. You're back here in your home province. You gotta like this track. You're local to this in a way. You've raced here before growing up, and what's your thoughts going into tomorrow?
Yeah, I actually haven't ridden here too many times growing up, but you know, it's a fun track. It's got some cool jumps, it's got a good layout, and just got to get a good start to stay out of that roost. I'm not really looking forward to that, but it should be good.
Well, we just got a riders meeting with the CMRC. You guys are in there voicing, you know, your opinions and your concerns and what you liked about the track. Is there any certain sections, you know, you're worried about tomorrow or you think is going to be hard to pass?
It looks like they've done their homework on the track. Just a couple changes on a couple of jumps and maybe the start a little bit, but other than that, it's looking pretty good.
Well, there you have it, folks. Blackfoot Yamaha's Colt Fasciati. Welcome back to, once again, the DMX Canadian Motocross Weekly presented by Renegade Fuels. End of our wrap-up show here for Saturday night. Billy, we talked to a lot of riders today. A lot of positive thoughts out there on what's about to come tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. I was pleasantly surprised with everybody's attitude towards this place coming back here. I've been away for a little while. Good to hear a lot of people have positive thoughts about what's going to happen tomorrow. Yeah,
I was actually able to sit in riders meeting thanks to Brett Lee and the CMRC. They invited me to sit in and see what it was all about. By the top 10 guys in the 450 class, as well as MX2 contender Tyler Mendola, and they all sat in there. They voiced their opinions on the track, what they thought would be changed, and overall there wasn't too many complaints. A couple things they didn't like about the start, but Matt Lee, the track builder, is going to kind of straighten those out, and it's be a really good day here tomorrow.
Yeah, sorry, just to touch on that topic for a second. A lot of people don't know that goes on. Like, what exactly happened? We had I saw Brett Lee sitting there, that some tables set up, and like the top 10 guys or guys that just sit around and talk about things.
Top 10 guys in the 450 class, as well as both the Allison brothers were there, and Tyler Mendola was there from MX2, and Jeremy Mendola actually popped his head in for a little bit. But basically, you know, Brett and the crew at CMRC, you kind of asking these guys, what can we do to make this track better for you guys to put on a better race for the fans, safer, everything, all those topics came up. So I think it's a really positive move by the CMRC. I think it's something that I know they used to do in years past, but this is definitely something that needs to happen every weekend. Not only make it good racing for all you fans out there, but to keep the track safe for everyone and make it a really good weekend all around. But breaking news for this week, Spencer Knowles, after a good weekend in Kamloops, has been moved back up under the leading edge tent.
Yeah, we got a chance to talk to him a little bit earlier about that. He mentioned that. He sounds pretty excited about it.
For sure. Pat O'Connor's pumped on it. The team.
Speaking of Pat O'Connor, it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Pat O'Connor.
Exactly. It's also Kevin Lepp's birthday. Another local kid out here. Kevin Lepp's going to be able to put in some good motos tomorrow for sure. But you know what? This was overall. We're going to have a great day tomorrow. The forecast is starting to turn around. Got some nice sunshine out here right now. So if you haven't, get your DMX Moto picks in. And thanks a lot for tuning in to DMX Canadian Motocross Weekly presented by Renegade Fuels.